So let's start with an effective way of taking notes. You've already read the essay and you have here in front of you your writer's notes. So I'm going to show you a little bit on how to fill this out effectively and quickly. So the first thing you need to do is, of course, have your writer's notes up on your computer screen. And what you'll be doing is open up another window with the essay that you're taking notes from. In this case, it's the first essay that you'll be reading for this assignment, Live and Learn by Louis Menand. So let's take a look again at the writer's notes. Right up at the top, it tells you to include a works cited entry for each of the sources you're taking notes from. Okay, so let's get started with that. We'll go to our source here, and they do include, because this is an electronic source, they do include a citation button. So we'll click on this and we'll come down. We're using MLA, and we see there's a citation here. Now, looking at it, I can tell right off the bat that it's not correct. And if you notice up here, it says review the instructions at the support site and make any necessary corrections before using. So I can tell right off the bat it's missing the access date, which is always used, and it includes too much information here. But you know what? We're going to use this anyway just to get us started. And this is a good idea. You always use what you can, and then you can make changes to it later. So we're going to go ahead and put the works cited entry here. Now it's a little messed up, but at least we have it started. We can fix this later on. You always want to note the source. You want to have this kind of, it's called bibliographic information set. If you don't have this, when you go to use a particular quote, oftentimes you can't find it. You don't remember where the quote is from. So you put it right in this paper or in this page, so you're all set. You're ready to go. So we now have the works cited entry there, or at least a start of it, and we'll check back later on how to fix that up. We're going to come through and look at some of the questions here. So these are the categories that you'll be using to organize the information for all of the readings. A few quick notes. You'll find that you'll be able to fill in these with some of the essays, but some of these kind of questions will be blank because the essay doesn't really cover that. But let's get started, and I want to walk you through real quick how do you take effective notes. So again, you've already read this essay, so you have it marked up separately, and now we're going just to pull some quotes from it. So we're going to get started. And let's say we're going to come down to right here. This is a good section here. And I'll come back here, and we're going to focus on this first. How does college help with intellectual growth? So we're going to start with this. And this is a good paragraph. We're going to use this whole paragraph, and we're going to copy and paste this right into our notes. We're going to start off, and this is important, we're going to start off with a quotation mark. Then we're going to paste in our work. I'm going to clean it up a little bit just by telling it to do plain text. Then I'm going to close the quote and then add the author's name, Menand, and then put a period right there. And that's it. I've already started taking notes now for the essay. I do notice here, though, that this quote could be used in another place. I'm noticing right here it says, or it reads, college exposes future citizens to material that enlightens and empowers them. Well, it's mentioning citizens, and as you've already read the writer's notes, you'll remember that one of the questions is, how does college foster democracy? Well, the idea of democracy and citizens kind of fits together, so we're going to put this here too. And this is an important lesson that you just learned. You can take a particular quote and put it into several different categories. Okay, so that's the start. Let's do one more just so you'll get familiar with this. I can show you what you should be doing again, and I'll walk you through this again. We're going to scroll up a little bit. I want to add something to general information on college. So let's open up this, and we're going to go to general information on college. Let's see, we're going to look here for like a statistic, something that kind of shows some information on college. And I know, yeah, right here, there's a really nice a nice section here. So it shows that in California, it has statistics on how many students attend, and also it compares it to Great Britain and France and shows that we have a larger percentage of students who attend college. So we're going to put that right there because that's general information on college, and we know that that'll help. Now, if you remember, I didn't even think, I forgot to even say it because I've internalized this. I put in a quotation mark right there. I got that all set, and then I inserted the quote, and then now I'm going to close that quotation, open a parentheses, add Menand, and then close that parentheses, and then finish it off with a period. What this course is designed to do, and what this very first assignment is designed to do, is get you started very quickly on internalizing different ways of, in this case, taking notes. The goal of the class is to make it that you're not even thinking when you're taking these notes. You're automatically doing what you need to do to successfully cite your information later on when you go to write the essay. So again, I can review that one last time. You're putting in a quotation mark, then you're going to paste in whatever it is you're working on, then you're going to close that quotation mark, and then add a citation with the author's name at the end. And that's it. What you'll be doing is continuing to add to these writer's notes. You could do this several ways. You can have several different pages of notes. You can have all your notes on one page, or in one document, I should say, in which case you would just continue to add works cited entries up here. And then below here, you would continue pasting information from different essays, and you'll be able to tell how it's different by putting in the author's name at the end. One last thing, if you want to make a note to yourself on your notes, you would separate it by writing something, making sure that it's outside the quotation marks. And a little thing I do with my own notes, just to make sure that I know it's my own idea and not an idea from the essay, I just use all caps. Let's see about this. This is a interesting comparison to other countries. So that would be a way for me to kind of say, okay, that's why I included this particular quote. All right, if you have any other questions about taking notes, just let your teacher know.